For us to come home in front of our family, fans, Raider Nation, the Black Hole.
Raiders! Goddamn right.
All right. Salute, Nation. Appreciate y'all. Welcome to the Just Raiders Baby Live show. This is episode 20. We are doing the damn thing. Appreciate you, Silver. But the breaking news here is that Tom Telesco has been fired from the Las Vegas Raiders. This comes a little bit of a shocking news. Kind of like the way that AP went. A lot of us thought that Telesco was going to be safe. And basically, we thought he was going to be part of us moving forward in 2025. Obviously, that is now not the case. He is gone. He is gone. No one is safe. Yes. Appreciate the nation. Appreciate you guys tuning in and jumping on watching the show. Make sure you guys check in, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. As always, support the show. I appreciate y'all jumping on and talking with this with me. Obviously, again, this is a shocker. I was like, what the fuck is going on today? But apparently Raiders are cleaning house. That's what it's starting to look like now. This could mean a lot of things, y'all. To be honest with you, obviously we have confirmed interviews, confirmed requests for interviews. We have one confirmed interview for Friday. That's with Ben Johnson. So I don't know. I don't know what this means. Obviously, for one, it can mean that Tom didn't want to draft a quarterback. He didn't want to trade up to go draft a quarterback. That could have been one of the biggest reasons, possibly. Obviously, we don't know the reasoning behind it. We knew that Mark is very intent on drafting a quarterback, being at number 6, having Shadur available. It's going to be hard to go ahead and do that. So obviously, the next if you're looking to go ahead and get a quarterback, an elite quarterback of that caliber, you're going to have to go ahead and trade up. And we talked about it on the Saturday show, on the Sunday show. That team that you're going to have to go ahead and make that deal with is going to be the Cleveland Browns, because they're sitting currently at number 2, and they're not really looking for a quarterback. So that's the deal that you're going to have to make. You can try to see if Tennessee is willing to go ahead and negotiate and play ball, but that's going to be a hard sell. They are needing a quarterback. So it doesn't leave too many teams. Giants are at 3. So the only team that you can really go ahead and make that trade with and make a deal to go ahead and move up, it's going to be the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if Telesco just didn't see it that way. We know from his MO, from the way he does things, he does not trade up. That is the biggest thing about him. That's why they call him Coupon Tom, because he will go ahead and get best player available at that point and not be aggressive. He goes a different route with his drafting. He really relies on scouting and all that to make those decisions at wherever he's at. So he's not really known to go ahead and make aggressive moves like that. That could be that could be a possibility why he's no longer part of the Raiders. Maybe they didn't have that eye to eye, and with so much being on the line in this next coming season, obviously we're getting to that boiling point where we're fucking fed up of the same mediocre losing streaks year after year after year after year. And for us calling for change, this might be the thing where Davis is trying to make that change and his guy is not on the same page. Also, too, another reason that this could have happened, if you're really considering Ben Johnson, he's going to want that control. If you have Telesco there, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So this might be a situation that you have now knowing, being the public eye, that Telesco is no longer part of the organization. Come tomorrow, when he interviews, he knows now that, hey, I have the ability to go ahead and really take control of my drafting, of my player acquisition on the offensive side, and really build the team the way I want to build it. He has that capability now, right? If that's one of the main key selling points here, where if I come, I'm doing the things my way, and that's it. I don't really want any other interference. Give me the keys and let me run with it type shit. This is a perfect lineup for Ben Johnson. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. This could be a possibility, but it could be a lot of other stuff that we obviously don't know about behind the scenes. Obviously, I've not been a proponent of Telesco. Yeah, he did hit on 3 of his top draft picks. Obviously, we got Bowers, we got JPJ, and we got Glaze. We got a couple other dudes as well, but obviously Bowers and JPJ are really, and Glaze are really the ones that have shined this year. We failed to really sign, aside from Christian Wilkins, and from what I hear now, that Christian Wilkins was already going to come either way. So Tom didn't really do anything on that part to go ahead and bring in Wilkins. All he did was to make sure that the money made sense and to drop the contract. But there was not really any pull on his part. The real notable thing was Getsy and Minshew. And we all know how that turned out. Right? We all know how that turned out. So for Tom being gone, I don't know. I think this is a good thing. Obviously, I'm not a proponent of Tom. I'm not a fan of Tom. They really like Tom here to begin with. He comes from the Chargers. I know he has that experience, and we obviously we did a show yesterday, and we were backing off of that experience. And we all thought he was safe, and apparently he is not. So he's gone. So I mean, obviously, um, but before I get into the next topic, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. What do you guys think of Tom being gone? Are you guys for it? Are you guys against it? Let me know. Hit up the chat. Light up the chat always. As you guys know, chat lives do matter. And really quick, make sure you guys check in and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm at 127 followers, trying to get up to 250. So make sure you guys tap in, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Doing shows like this where news drops, I'm going live, y'all, and we're talking about it. So make sure you guys turn on notifications, stay up to date with everything that evolves around the Raiders news, and we can go ahead and really deep dive into this and analyze this, and you know, really find out kind of what's going on with the team, and how basically what are our thoughts on the Raiders moving forward. Obviously, there's a lot of shit developing as we go. I mean, I've been on almost every day except I think Monday. No, I've been on every day. I've been on every day since Saturday. I thought I was gonna have the damn day off, y'all, but here we are, right? Again, salute to the chat, salute to the nation. Appreciate you guys. Really quick, my guy Silver, appreciate you for watching, brother. We cleared house so we can bring in Ben Johnson. That's what I'm saying. That it could be definitely possible. That could be the angle that might happen. It's definitely set up for that. Robert, appreciate you for watching, brother. Thanks for jumping on. No one. He was safe. Yeah. Give Ben whatever he wants. He is the best candidate, period. He is definitely a top candidate. Obviously, Grable's the other candidate. We touched on that yesterday. So there's quite a few candidates out there. So y'all know. And I'll go ahead and bring this up really quick. But there is a few other candidates as well. Obviously, we got Ben Johnson. He interviews tomorrow. Aaron Glenn. The request has been sent out. So these are all requests. These are all confirmations that we've sent out requests to their teams to go ahead and ask permission to go ahead and interview. Okay. We are we're interested in Steve Spagnuolo, DC for the Chiefs, and Todd Monken, Ravens. So those four guys currently right now are the ones that are confirmed interview requests. So um, let's see what happens. Obviously, a lot of people like Ben Johnson. He's probably clearly the front runner. One thing is for sure is that Grable really hasn't been announced yet. As y'all know, that uh, New England fired Gerard Mayo over there. There's a vacancy there. Obviously, Mike Grable, being a former Patriot, is one of the leading candidates there as well, alongside us. So I don't know. It's interesting to see that nothing has been booked with Grable as of yet, at least with us. But he is another top candidate for sure. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts real quick on Telesco being let go. Fear, appreciate you for watching, brother. Skipped it all the work. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about Telesco being let go? Obviously, for sure, this comes as a shocker. But obviously, the Raiders are cleaning house. That's what it looks like. Um, you know, whoever is going to come in as a new head coach is obviously going to go ahead and clean house, let go of the rest of the staff. You know, it'll be interesting to see who they're going to go ahead and hire a GM, if they even hire a GM. I mean, if you bring in Johnson, you might not even need that, right? Because we all know that he's going to want that control of his draft picks, of the free agency, all that. Um, that might be something where we might not even get a GM. It could be a possibility, or we just get somebody to go ahead and sign the contract. Obviously, Chan Kelly's still there. His job is safe for now. We don't know how that's going to look like. We don't know if he gets bumped. That's a real possibility where Champ Kelly is literally your guy to go ahead and do your contract negotiation and do your negotiation on Ben's behalf to go ahead and get the players that are needed, right? But most likely, if whoever comes in as a head coach, we're gonna see majority of the other staff let go for sure, 100%. So it looks like we're doing almost a total rebuild here, at least from the front office and to the staff. Obviously, we have a lot of players that are in free agency. So it'll be interesting to see who stays, who goes. I've had my thoughts on that. I've covered that on the other shows that I've done. Obviously, um, you know, I don't know if you guys agree, but Spillane's definitely a one that we keep. Paul Mount could be definitely another guy that we would keep. Obviously, restructure Max, get his money, get him paid, get him extended, preferably. Jason is another guy, obviously, as well. So, a lot of dudes that are in free agency. Obviously, there's other dudes that we can go ahead and part ways and let go. On the offensive side, there's a lot of guys that are free agents, especially that running back room. I think almost all of them are free agents. You have the wide receivers, Turner. I don't know who else. Wilkerson. I think they re-signed him on a kind of limited contract, but there's a lot of dudes that are basically coming up for free agency that be interesting to see who stays, who goes on that part. But again, you guys let me know your thoughts on this. Um, Tell me what you guys are gonna. What do you guys think? Who's gonna be filling those shoes for Telesco now uh, and AP, right? Because now you got two vacancies. Robert says we never had coaching like this visit. It's old ass Raider coaching players that think that they can coach, bro. Maybe. I mean, um, just so y'all know that the interview tomorrow, that's going to be virtual. Ben can't come to Vegas. It can't be an in-person interview just because of the league regulations. They are in the playoffs. They are allowed to do it virtually, but they cannot step on another team's building to go ahead and interview. That interview tomorrow is going to be virtual. So we'll see what happens with that. But um, Silver says we need to go ahead and give Ben Johnson whatever he wants. He requests we don't want a defensive-minded coach. Yeah, I mean, we had a defensive-minded coach. We know what we got out of it. I mean, shit, we had an offensive-minded coach before that, and we saw what we got out of it. He was just a wrong dude. So, it's that type of scenario. Uh, we just need to make sure we do our due diligence. We do this the right way, y'all. And we make sure that we get our guy. Whether it's Ben Johnson with somebody else, it don't matter. We got to do our due diligence. We got to go ahead and interview dudes. Um, Make sure we're getting the cream of the crop. Like I said before, whatever coach are we going to get, that has to be from a playoff team, right? All these guys that I just showed you, these guys are all in the playoffs, right? Um, Anybody that we bring in that's going to be from the collegiate level has to be from that playoff team, right? That they made it there or they're currently in there. It has to be that type. We have to go ahead and get quality people to come in and coach us. And the thing that we're talking about yesterday is that Mark is very notorious on hiring people with zero experience. Zero experience. We just went through this with AP, right? I liked AP, and it's sad that he didn't get to have another year with an actual team that was built for him. But if this is the way that's going to go, so be it. But let's go ahead now and do it the right way. Um, the biggest thing here is obviously uh, one of the things that's been thrown around is obviously the Brady effect, right? Um, and I don't know how true it is, but um, we'll talk about it in a second. But this might be that thing where um, Brady is obviously in Mark's ear, so it's gonna be them two, right? Mark is signing Mark is signing the checks. Tom is gonna tell him who to go ahead and bring in, who to go ahead and interview, lining those interviews up. If that's the case, cool, perfect. Um, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I mean it is what it is. We are here now. Mark has given him that control, so let's see what he's gonna do, right? I think we've all hit a fucking rock bottom at this point. I don't think it could get any more worse than this. Y'all tell me if it could. Let me know. But I think we've gone to the point where we ended the season 4-13. We had drama this year. We lost Devontae Adams in a very public and dramatic fashion. We just let go of AP all dirty. Let that man go ahead and do a press conference on Monday and then can him the next day. And then you just like, oh, you GM. So, and then you had a losing season, 0-6 in the AFC West. Got literally beat by every team in the AFC West twice. I mean, I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know. But I don't think we can get any more worse than this. But I mean, obviously, AP is gone now. Tom is gone. What is next? Right? Um, Again, y'all let me know your thoughts on this. Um, Definitely want to go ahead and know chat lives do matter. So for sure, go ahead and light up that chat. Robert says, goodbye, Hobbs. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that, y'all. I don't mind Hobbs staying if he's cheap or at a very reasonable price. Other than that, he can go ahead and test free agency. That dude hardly stays healthy. I think every year he has some type of injury, right? And that's the kind of shit we've been dealing with for a couple of years now. So I don't know. Tanner says Hop is always hurt, never available. Exactly. That's my point right there. That guy is never available. So who the fuck else do we have, y'all? It's. I think we can go ahead and get another corner in the draft. Obviously, Will Johnson is a big name, right? A guy like him, or get somebody else in free agency. That's a definite possibility. So we can definitely upgrade from Hobbs. Yes, he's a good player and all, but it don't matter if he ain't fucking playing, right? Um, Robert says this season is going to be great. I hope so, man. I really do. From everything they've done, um, from letting go AP now Telesco, most of the coaching staff is going to be gone as well. I hope this is leading up to something really, really good. Really, really good. I hope so because to go through another season like this, y'all, when we're like 4-13, 5-12, whatever the fuck, if we're not above 500, it's a failure. It's a failure. Obviously, if we're not making the playoffs, we're not in the Super Bowl. It's a failure. And we've had that since 2002, right? That's the last time we were there. We never went back. We made playoffs in 21 and before that in 16, but haven't really put anything really else together. So we gotta really revamp and do this the right way is my biggest thing here. But yeah, salute to my guy Leo in the chat. Appreciate you for jumping on, brother. For tapping in. I know you're watching that Notre Dame game. I know it's going on right now. So good luck to the Irish. I'm not an Irish fan, bro. You know that. I'm not an Notre Dame fan, like per se. I definitely don't mind watching them. But let's see what happens. That's going to be an interesting game, y'all. Obviously, Drew Alar is playing in that game right now. You have also Abdul Carter playing as well. So there's a lot of interesting dudes. Obviously, high interest in both of those guys from Penn State. So let's see what happens. I'm actually watching that on my phone as I'm doing the show as well. So I'm keeping little tabs here and there. Right now, I think Penn State is up 3-0. So it's a close game for sure. Hit the sick. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Brady top hat now. Yep, that's it. He's the one running the show. There ain't nobody else. So it falls on Tom really to guide Mark because Mark is really just signing the checkbook at this point. That's what he's doing. So salute to Jack. Appreciate you for tapping in and watching, brother. For sure. But Robert says, how did Washington get so good all of a sudden? Remember they suck. They suck, and it's their turn to this organization turn around. Yep. So y'all know what happened. Obviously we see Washington, the Commanders, in the playoffs, right? They fucking they did a lot of the right moves, right? They had some of the pieces. They went out and got Kingsbury. They went out and drafted Daniels at what 2 or 3, whatever position they were at. I think they were at 2. Playoffs. That shit matters. Coaching matters. So being very careful and very particular and doing things the right way, making sure you interview all your folk, get the right people to interview. You just don't want to interview anybody off the fucking street either, right? You want to make sure you do that. And it looks like, at least right now, it's starting to go in that direction. So I hope that continues. Troy, appreciate you for watching, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just make sure you check in, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, brother. As always, this is a show. This is a pop-up show. Obviously, Telesco is gone. That's the biggest news, and we're talking about it. We're talking the Raiders' future because now there's another question: is who's going to come in and fill that role, right? Is this where we bring in a more aggressive type GM, right? Or we're gonna have something set up for where like Ben Johnson comes in and he kind of dictates the show and gets his draft picks, gets his free agency picks, and it starts putting shit together. That might be this type of scenario. It's definitely set up that way, for sure. I don't know. But Tanner, really quick with a question. How long until we actually make the hire, y'all think? Okay, this is the thing, y'all. We have to make a hire ASA fucking P, right? Because realistically, and I think Leo asked me this question last night. When do you think they'll make that hire? We should make that realistically. That they'll probably make that hire by the beginning of February, right? It all depends. It depends on a couple of things. Obviously, the request that we made, these guys can't go and interview. Okay. Is Tom and Mark gonna bank these virtual interviews on that virtual interview alone, or are they going to have these guys come in? Because if they're going to have these guys come into the building, right, you have to wait until their season is officially over, meaning out of the playoffs. Then you got to wait like 3 days, right? That is the rule. That's the league rules. That's not their rules, right? So that's going to be interesting. If you sign your GM, your head coach GM by the end of February, it's already late. You're already behind. Why? Because you still got to put a whole staff together. You still got to go ahead and get an offensive coordinator. You got to get a defensive coordinator. You have to go ahead and hire everybody under them. All this shit. So you got to put a whole staff together. That takes time. And also, you have to get with your GM, unless it's a Ben Johnson, where it's like, I already fucking know who I'm gonna go fucking after, right? And all I have to do is tell Champ Kelly who I want and make sure that it gets done, right? But you still got to prepare for that draft. You got to prepare for free agency, because I think free agency starts in March. Then from there, you got to get the draft. So you have to have your coordinators at least in place to go ahead and start thinking about that and start making those moves happen. So hopefully these guys can make a signing by late January, at the end of this month, beginning of next. I wouldn't. Hopefully it doesn't go past the middle of next month. If it does, we're late. We're already behind, and it's basically trying to get all your staff together, or at least the big staff, to get prepared for your free agency and your draft. So that it could, we'll see what happens, but I hope it's something where it's quick. So I don't know. Even let's say, for example, if they go with Ben, right? Let's say they make the decision off that virtual call, or they're gonna have tomorrow. Like, this is our guy. We'll agree to your terms, blah blah blah. Right? They might not make that official announcement until after they're done with their playoffs. So we might not know anything. We don't know, or they might announce it, and that's that thing. It's unclear. It's kind of a weird situation. Obviously, there's more candidates, right? We mentioned names like Mike Rabel, Pete Carroll. Those guys are not part of any teams currently, so they're able to go ahead and go out and interview immediately. There's no time limit. There's no time restraint or anything like that. They're able to go ahead and make their moves now. And if we like them, we hire them, and then they can go ahead and start piecing their guys together, right? So it could be that type of scenario, right? But if you wait, you don't risk losing them. I don't know. Robert says, please don't let it be Patrick Graham or Rob Bryant. Laughing my ass off. It could be that, brother. I don't know. I mean, we said that Patrick could be a candidate. Obviously, look, this is the thing, y'all. You have to do. There's a thing called the Rooney Rule, right? So you have to interview at least 2 minority candidates for your head coaching position, right? So they have to fulfill that. So Patrick Graham still being around could be one of those guys. So whether it's realistic for them to hire him, I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad choice, for the reason being that obviously he already has that continuity um, with the team, with Max, with everybody else, and then he's familiar with the offensive guys as well, because they're all in the same building. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what there is, right? But we know from right now that PG wants a head coaching gig. Where that will be, we don't know. Could be Jacksonville, could be anywhere, right? He might leave to go do another DC gig. We've heard Cincinnati being thrown around. He might go there. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but that could be definitely a possibility. But yeah, salute to my guy LB Rated 10. Appreciate you, brother, for being in the building. My other co-host, Jeff New England, Raider Boosters. Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. These guys, along with Cheeto Linus, They are my co-hosts on our Wednesday show, the Raider Connection. Make sure you guys tap in. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out that episode. We just did that last night. We had a special guest, Miss Peggy, was on there. So make sure we had a great conversation about literally the future. And this is before we all knew that Tom was going to get fucking canned today. And with that, I don't know why the fuck they waited so long to go ahead and let him go. I don't know why they didn't let him go with AP. I don't know the sense of that. I mean, I understand they're going to evaluate them each. Maybe it was that. Maybe they sat down with Mark and Tom or whoever separate times, and then they made the decision. But I feel that they already kind of had that direction already in mind, and they just kind of went through that. Hey, we're going to sit down and evaluate your formality, but they probably already had it in their mind what direction they were going to go. Is just like, hey, we're just going to get the whole front office and start new. It could literally be as simple as that. But I don't know. Who knows? Tanner, if we don't hire fast, then we do lose them to another team. Possibility. I mean, for those guys, right? For Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Spags, and Todd Monken, um, teams have to put a request in to go ahead and interview them because they're still under contract. They're still playing. Their season is not officially over yet because they're in the playoffs. They're not playing right now, but they have to. That's the steps that they have to do. They have to formally put that request in. They can do it virtually. So that's essentially what could be done. The only guys that can be in jeopardy of losing, let's say it's a Pete Carroll or like Mike Grable, Robert Sala. That's another name that we've thrown around. I don't know about head coach, but definitely for DC would be a pick for me for sure, 100%. But those guys can get picked up at any time. It don't matter. Whenever Mike Grable decides to go ahead and do that interview in New England, they can make that deal right then and there. There's no wait. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it could be that fast. Let be that guy from the Ravens. Maybe. Who knows? Jeffrey, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Make sure you guys go ahead and check in and make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. As always, obviously, I am trying to go ahead and get to 250 subscribers. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Obviously, I'm dropping those shorts. I'm dropping these pop-up shows where we're covering rating news as almost it happens. So make sure you guys are tapped in. Turn on the notifications. Stay up to date on everything going down Raiders related for sure. But that takes me into my next topic, y'all. The Brady effect. Is this it? I mean, is this what really is going on? Are we experiencing the Brady effect? Right? Cleaning house. Lost AP, lost Telesco now. Patrick Graham is on his way out. Is this really it? I mean, are we starting to see that? Is this the change that we were kind of thinking in the back of our minds once we heard that he was going to be minority owner, excuse me, and given control of football operations? I think this is it. I think this is that start of it, because now they're the ones who really are going to be in charge of putting a team together. Literally putting a team together. Front office, you got to put your coaching staff together. And from those guys, they're going to have to go ahead and start signing guys for free agency and the draft. So this might be that Brady effect. This might be where he's being, he's consulting or being almost hands-on. I don't know what the real stipulations of that contract he has with Fox, but as far as I know, he can't do officially too much. But let's say he's consulting, right? And really suggesting certain things, those things are going to get executed, right? So, I mean, this might be that situation. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys really think this is a Brady effect that we're experiencing right now, where people are being let go, we're cleaning house, we're basically starting a rebuild now? I don't know. You know, I talked about what AOC stick around next year, or to be the starter, even stick around next year. That's looking bleaker and bleaker. He may stick around, but I doubt he'd be the starter at the rate that we're doing things and how we're doing them, and we're letting people go. That might be the direction we're heading to. I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on this. I definitely want to know what you guys are thinking right now. Light up that chat, and let me know what you guys think. My opinion. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Exciting what could happen now. Yes, very interesting. Obviously, that day where AP got let go, we started seeing the names pop up the next day. This person's being requested. This person's being requested. So we now got 4 requests officially with 1 confirmed interview for tomorrow. And this is how fast shit happens. And it has to. It has to, because I mean, I know that the season doesn't start for 7 months, right? In August, when preseason starts, but there's so many things that you have to put together. You got to start right away. There's no waiting. Tanner, the off season is always more interesting when the regular than the regular one for us Raider fans. Yes, I mean, come on, we just had a god awful season, 4-13, 10 game losing streak. I said 10 game winning streak. I wish, but 10 game losing streak. We didn't win until last month, y'all. It was nothing but losses, 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 losses. I mean, what was there really look forward to, right? But the off season, this has been more. Yes, you're right. This has been more interesting, more exciting than the actual damn fucking season. Robert, I will look. I would look like I had the Raiders to be in the playoffs. This is good to fire AP and got the GM. I don't know if we would be in the playoffs, not with Gardner Minshew, but um, you know, obviously the whole point of doing all this is to get to that place, right? To get to that point again, um, and to build a winning team. We didn't have a winning team this season from the get go. No, and then when you had all these guys just drop off through due to injury, that ship basically sailed. I mean, I was trying to grasp at straws to see if there was anything that you know uh, the team could do to like better themselves to even have a shot of contention. And no, it's just things can never get together, especially with Getty at the helm offensively. It was a lost cause. A lot of us knew it, and we saw what happened with Chicago. It didn't make sense to me. I wasn't happy for it, but that's Telesco's hire. That's Telesco's guy, because we all knew that AP wanted Kingsbury. AP wanted uh, Clint Kubiak. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I can't even tell you guys. I mean, I heard a rumor that Telesco blocked AP from trading up this past draft. Blocked. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know. My guy Jeff, New England Booster. LOL. We've been rebuilt for almost 20 years. Facts. Facts. We've been a fucking rebuild for the last fucking 2 decades. I don't know. I hope this is the end. I hope this is the end in sight. I really, really do. JMR, appreciate you for watching, brother. Next, we're changing our name to Las Vegas Brady's. But could be at this point. At this rate we going, maybe. Who knows? Las Vegas Patriots, probably. Who knows? I mean, you guys heard that they put out the feeler with Belichick, right? But it was too damn expensive to bring him over here because we're gonna have to pay him a salary plus buy out his contract. Contract's like 10 million. There's a $10 million buyout for his UNC contract. It was 10 million. They didn't want to do that. That's good. I didn't want him here. I don't want Belichick here. I didn't want for us to go ahead and go through uh, Patriot 2.0 because literally it would have been a basically revamp of Josh McDaniels here. That's what we would have looked at. So definitely not interested in that. I do hope that we go in a different direction other than Patriot. I mean, look, Mike Grable, yes, he was an ex-Patriot, but he did good things in Tennessee. That's why he is a top contender. Interesting to see that that name hasn't been put out there yet. It might be a thing where New England might be putting that on lock. That might be where he's leaning towards. That's why maybe nothing has been announced yet on that. And in that matter, because maybe they've already made that arrangement. Obviously, Brady has that relationship with Kraft, and he probably put out that feeler. Hey, how are you looking at Grable? We're gonna try to bring him on over here. All right, cool. He's gonna go in a different direction. It might be that thing. My guy Jeff New England Booster says that it looks like it might be that way because there is so much positives in him going over to the Patriots. Having I forgot what position they are in the draft. I think they're like fourth or yeah, I think they're like number 4. Um, and so they have the fourth pick. They have more cap space by like $30 million or something like that. So like, and obviously having 4. Thank you. So I was right. Um, and having all that cap space plus he's loved by the Patriots, by the Patriot faithful. So I mean, it makes sense for him to go over there. I don't know if it happens because obviously he can always say no, or he can like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna think about it. I want to come and interview over here with Tom and see what's that about, how that looks like. But I mean, those things are appealing. And being welcome in an area where you played and you won Super Bowls at, going back to go ahead and coach that team and put a winning team together for that organization. I mean, shit, that's the dream of a lot of players. That's a dream of a lot of players, right? A lot of people get to do that, but he has that opportunity to do that. AP had his opportunity here. He didn't play for us, but he always wanted to be a Raider. You got to be a Raider. It didn't work out here. Appreciate your service, brother. Time to move on. Don't like how he went out, but that's the past. We got to move forward, right? So, again, it'd be interesting to see who comes in, but obviously, we are feeling the influence of Tom Brady. I don't know how you put it anywhere else, but it's definitely um, a Tom influence here. You guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think that Tom is influencing Mark, and we're starting to see that take place? I don't know, but for sure, you guys let me know. As usual, if you guys are watching the show, appreciate you guys for jumping on. Um, I know we have the game going on. I'm keeping eyes on it. I wanted to go ahead and jump on and talk about with you guys. This breaking news with Telesco being out. But obviously, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. As usual, I am trying to get to 250 subscribers. I'm at 127. So make sure you guys check in, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications because I'll be dropping shows like this. I'll be putting out shorts on breaking news. Those are things come fast. Those are more easier to go ahead and put out there. These shows take a little bit more time, but make sure you guys turn on your notifications to be up to date on everything Raiders related, 100%. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being on for sure. My opinion, I just want to win. If it's TB12, so be it. Just win, baby. I agree, man. Look, I'm not a Tom Brady fan whatsoever. I despise the fucking dude. I still talk shit to my boy. One of my best friends is a fucking Patriots fan. To fucking top it all off. I get that dude shit all the time. But he's here. It is what it is. Gotta fucking deal with it. Hopefully, from this situation, something positive comes out from it. That's it. I mean, there's no reason to pout about it or anything like that because unless he fucking sells his fucking shares, he's here to stay. I don't see that dude leaving anytime soon for sure. Tanner, let Brady be the GM, coach, and quarterback. Shit, that's all we fucking need, right? 46, 47-year-old Tom Brady out there slinging the rock. Probably very fucking walk and shit. I don't know. But yeah, that's funny. Sholo, man, appreciate your brother for watching. Damn, your best friend should talk to you most of your life, man. I can never. Nah, he did try. He didn't. He didn't. I should talk to him all the fucking time. I remind him that that's his boyfriend, that's his buddy, that's a little butt buddy. I love my boy. That's my boy. I know him for like almost 20 fucking years, but nonetheless, I still remind that motherfucker that his fucking team fucking sucks ass every fucking day. He just hit me up earlier. You hear about that Tom Telesco? See, so he's keeping tabs. He likes the Raiders. He does. He just won't fucking admit it. He just needs to fucking let go of that shit. The only reason why he even likes the Patriots is because of Bledsoe. Shout out to my boy. I'm gonna send him this clip, make fun of his ass, put him on blast on my podcast. But yeah, it's just funny, man. But yeah, he's a big Brady fan, Patriots fan. So he's out in here. He's out in Cali. So shout out to my boy. But yeah, guys. I mean, we about to wrap this up in a bit because I just wanted to jump on and chat with y'all regarding this. Obviously, there's more. There's more stuff to dive into. We have more questions now coming because of this firing of Telesco. But I mean, yeah, I mean, final thoughts, y'all. Let me know. What do y'all think? I mean, do y'all think that we get Ben Johnson? Do you think it's going to be a done deal tomorrow? Because he interviews tomorrow. So let me know your guys' thoughts on that chat. Because I mean, I don't know. You never know. They could come to that verbal agreement. I don't know. I don't know if they can do an actual an actual agreement, a contract agreement quite yet. I'll have to go ahead and look into that and get back to y'all on that Saturday morning show that I do every Saturday morning, and that's my next thing here, y'all. Got that Saturday morning show every damn Saturday. Good Morning Raiders at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys tap into that. And I'm definitely going to be covering the AP firing, and then obviously now Telesco going over our candidates. Hopefully, we'll know something about the interview with Ben Johnson, right? And so we'll see what happens. But yes, that is 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, every damn Saturday morning for the next month, for the month of January. And I'm probably going to be moving to every other Saturday after that. But for now, it's going to be every damn Saturday. So make sure you guys, again, turn on notifications, tap in, subscribe. I'll be coming at you with that Saturday morning show. Obviously, we'll go ahead and discuss this bowl game with Notre Dame and Penn State. Drew Alar, how his performance went. I'll be checking that out, and we'll go ahead and talk about that damn thing. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on basically everything that went down today with Telesco being out. He's officially out. No more Tom Telesco. No more AP. Looks like no more Patrick Graham. He's going to be on his way out too. So that means we're getting a whole new coaching staff. It is a circus show right now. It's a whole crazy shit going down. But the interesting part to see who's going to go ahead and take over. Um, that's going to be one of the biggest questions here. Is that who's going to step up, right? Who are the Raiders going to go ahead and hire to go ahead and replace Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce for this next season? But you know, my opinion says Salah. I like Salah as a defensive coordinator. I don't know about head coach. He didn't fare too well in New York, but I don't know. Uh, my opinion says I like Telesco, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Telesco fan. I never really liked him. I liked the fact that he brought Brock, he brought JPJ and Glaze. Those are the guys that worked out. He did bring Chase on during the middle of the season, and he turned out to be a real gem. So but other than that, free agency, we didn't really see anybody in free agency besides, I think, Madison, Abdullah. I think Abdullah just resigned. I think he got resigned for 1 year last year or this past season. And then that's really it. I mean, aside from Wilkins, that he was going to come here anyway. So from what I heard, I don't know. So I mean, that's all we saw really from him, is that he just did the draft. That's really where he shined. So now we don't have that, and whoever we have, obviously, the direction that it's looking like is that we're going to go out and draft a quarterback, and we need somebody who's aggressive enough to do it and willing enough to do it, and that might have been um, uh, the problem is that Telesco might not had been on board with the whole moving up, trade up to draft a quarterback, and Mark is, and maybe and Tom Brady is, and he's not. So hey, you know what? If you're not going to be with us, you're against us. Gotta go. You didn't really do much aside from drafting these guys. But as we know now, I mean, Brock is not enough. You have to have somebody to be able to throw him the ball and put it in the right place and be able to hit Jacoby and have another threat alongside Jacoby. Trey Tucker is not enough. We saw he can't really run a route too well. He can fly up the field for sure. He can catch the damn ball, but to running routes, it's not his forte. That's not what he does. So we need a guy who can go up, run a route, and catch that ball and just tower over other cornerbacks. That's what we need. My opinion, I am stoked. We are starting from scratch. Yep, that's what it looks like. It looks like this is a rebuild. I mean, my guy Jeff said that we've been rebuilding for 20 years, but it looks like we are in that direction. Basically, the whole front office, GM, and head coach are gone. OC is gone. Scott is really the OC. He's the interim. He's just an interim. I doubt he sticks around, right? Um, Patrick Graham didn't sign his extension. If he does an interview for head coach, he's gone. I don't think he sticks around because whoever is going to come in as head coach is going to want his old guy anyway. So I don't know if Patrick Graham foresaw this and said, you know what, I'm not going to resign my extension. I'm gonna kind of keep my options open and see how this shit plays out at the end of the season. And if everything goes good, AP's still here, we have a winning season, we'll run this shit back. But if it don't, fucking see ya. and I think he probably got it on the nose. I wouldn't be surprised. It might have been a situation like that. It makes sense. It makes sense. Now he has the option to go anywhere he wants. If he wants to stay here with us and do it at a head coach level, that could be a possibility. I don't know. But that's obviously now we're getting back into that. We're continuing that defensive mind because that's where he stems from. So obviously that offensive coordinator pick has to be on the money because those play calls ain't gonna come from him. It's gonna be whoever's gonna be the offensive coordinator. Obviously, if it's Ben Johnson, most of the plays are gonna be coming from Ben Johnson, and we're just gonna have a guy filling in and just calling his plays. That's all. That's usually how that goes. But I don't know. I always would be thankful to Telesco for drafting Bowers. Much love to him. Facts. I mean, we know what Brock can do. Brock is a fucking beast, y'all. Broke records, broke rookie records. All his trajectory is just skyward. The sky is almost the limit now. But obviously, we need to have that quarterback in place to be able to go ahead and feed him the ball, spread that ball out, and continue his success. This is a guy that if we get him the right guy and position him the right way, he's gonna fucking crush Kelsey, and he knows it. And I fucking hate Kelsey, but he's giving him his props. Well deserved. Well deserved. He knows that he's the next generation. He's the guy to go ahead and take over and dominate, surpass Kelsey. Definitely on that route. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't. But yeah. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, we Ben Johnson has an interview tomorrow, so I'll try to keep you guys up to date. We'll go ahead and talk about it on that Saturday morning show. So make sure you guys tap in. I may or may not have a guest. I don't know yet. Cheeto might jump on. Gotta make sure that we square that away. But if not, we're still going to be talking about Telesco, AP, Ben Johnson, the other candidates, offensive coordinator, because we're going to be covering this area before we start going into draft stuff because you need these pieces before you can start really considering that, because we need to see who gets picked, right, or who's on board, right. That will kind of dictate the direction we're going to go into this draft because we might go up to get Shador or Cam, right? We might go up to that 2 spot to try to get one of those guys. It might be something like that, or 1 spot. You never know. Tennessee might be willing to go ahead and make a deal to get the number 1 pick, and they can go ahead and draft their guy in the 2nd round. It could definitely be that type of scenario. Who knows? Who knows? Got to make it interesting, right? Got to swing the pot to go ahead and do that. And remember, we have that extra 3rd round pick from the Devontae trade that we can always go ahead and utilize. It's an extra draft pick that we didn't have before. Always throw that in there. So who knows? It'll be interesting to see who they go ahead and bring on from these interviews moving forward. But yeah, again, guys, appreciate you guys for jumping on. Make sure, again, you guys go ahead and tap in, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, be up to date on all the news I drop, Raider related, all the shows that I do. Make sure you guys are tapping in for that 100%. And then again, I have that Saturday morning show that I'm doing. Good Morning Raiders. That will be 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys are tapping into that. And we'll go ahead and go over all this. But That will be it, y'all. Appreciate you guys jumping on. I will see you guys on Saturday. So until then, always remember, just Raiders, baby. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.